Hello. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the process for making lines notepaper to allow you to practice your cursive handwriting and also your shorthand. This is going to be paper that is built using a width of 0.18 inches between each line, between the top, medial, and bottom line, and a slant of 0.52 or so no, not point, it's going to be 52 degrees. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already created a new document in LibreOffice Draw. You do that by going up to File and you click on New, or you hover over New, move on down, you go to Drawing, and you're able to create a new drawing. Okay, so now with this paper, I want to first set my page properties to 0.5 inches, 0.5 inches. So just going through here, and as you saw, the page is going to be an ANSI A, which is format letter. That's the North American standard, a width of 8.5 inches and a height of 11 inches, orientation set to portrait. All right. So now I have created my paper and I want to start creating my line items or my row items. There are going to be 2 rows or 2 columns of 19 rows. 2 columns of 19 rows. This means that I have a margin of a 1/2 inch, margin between of a 1/2 inch, margin on the right hand side of a 1/2 inch, and that means that my line segment needs to be 3.5 inches in width. So 3.5 inches, 3.5 inches in width, and my rotation needs to be set to 0. My position in Y is 0. My position X is also 0. The color needs to be set to black. Transparency needs to be set to 60%. Line style stays solid, and the thickness is set to 0.5. Now I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to copy this line segment. There we go. Copy, Control C, Control V. I want to change this line style from solid to dashed because this is going to be the medial line. Transparency stays the same, color stays the same, thickness stays the same. The X position stays the same. The only difference is the Y position. I'm going to march it down to 0.18, okay? I've now created my medial line. Now I want to grab my top line. I'm going to copy it and paste it, and this is going to be double the length of 0.18 or 0.36. 0.36. And there we go. I have created my first row item, But now I want to add my slants to show the orientation of writing. For this, I'm going to grab another line segment and I'm going to copy, or I'm going to position it on the paper. I want to give it a rotation of 52 degrees, and I'm going to try and maintain that rotation as well as I can, and I'm going to grab the line and move it around so that the bottom of the line coincides with the starting point of the line coincides with the starting point of the line below. As you see, they almost line up, so I'm going to just move this down here. There we go. I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to try and maintain the 52-degree rotation. I'm going to simply move this down right about there, change my rotation to 52 degrees, and I'm going to call that good, because if we zoom in here, we see this lines up with the bottom line, and it lines up with the top line. I'm going to change the color to black, I'm going to change my transparency to 80%. In LibreOffice, the higher the transparency value, the greater the transparency. And the line is solid, but the thickness needs to be changed to 0.5. Now, I have my first line set up, but I want to check and get the correct number of spaces for each slant or each slanted line as it travels down the page. I want the distance between each slanted line object to be the exact same as half the distance of the line. So pretty much where my medial line cuts the slanted line in half, that distance from the bottom line to the medial line needs to be the distance from one slanted line to the next slanted line. Okay, so I'm going to figure out how to get that value. And for that, I'm going to grab the slanted line, I'm going to copy it and paste it, and I'm going to move it off to one side. I'm going to set the rotation down to 0, and then I'm going to carefully line up the line segment here at the beginning, and my X position is 0, my Y position is Y, and here's the important thing. My rotation is 0, which means that I am getting an accurate width value of 0.46. This means that my line segment, if I were to cut it in half, it would be half the width, or 0.23. So that means from this point of the slanted line that touches the bottom line up to the point where the medial line intersects the slanted line, that distance would be 0.23. So now that I have that piece of information, I can go forward with the process called duplication. Duplication. This is where I take my slanted line and I duplicate it down the line or down the first row item. Okay, so let's go here. I need to have the slanted line selected. I go up to my shape menu item. I scroll down to duplicate, and I want, let's start off with 14 copies, and my y-axis needs to stay the same. I don't need to change that, but my x-axis is going to be changed to that value of half 0.46, which would be 0.23. 14 copies at 0.23 inches apart. Let's see what that looks like. And there you go. That was the duplication process. That looks pretty much spot on, as you see here. Perfect. The corner coincides well enough with the line above, and I am very happy with that. That is my first row item. I'm going to copy that row item, and I'm going to group all of those elements. So now this is a single element on the page. Now, once I've created my first row item, I can also use the duplication process for marching all of my row items down the page. So for that, I need to determine the distance for my next row item. And for that, I'm going to use the fact that my gutter is going to be 0.18 inches as well. So that means I have 0.18 plus 0.18 plus 0.18, or 3 times 0.18, which gives me a value of 0.54. If I go over here, you can see that I already had those values worked out. 0.18, 0.36, and 0.54. 0.54 is the beginning of the new line item. I go back over to my item, I'm going to zoom out. I already have the row item selected, and I go back up to Tools, or Shape, and I go to Duplication. I now need to set my x-axis back to 0, and my y-axis needs to be set to 0.54 inches. My number of copies needs to be 18 copies, and everything else stays the same. I press OK, and you see I have created all of my row items in my first column. I'm going to select all of my items, and I want to create a new group. There we go. And then I want to set the alignment to the middle. This means that if there was any slight discrepancy between the bottom and the top, it tries to balance it out as well as it can. There we go. That was the process for creating the first column of rows. Now, the process for creating the second column is extremely easy. All I do is I copy the column, and I'm going to paste the column, and then all I have to do is change my alignment. So right now it's aligned to the left, and I want to change the alignment to the right. And there we go. Now that is both columns for my page. See, these are columns of 3.5 inches, two columns of 3.5 inches with a line spacing of twice 0.18 or 0.36. So it's a 0.36 inch space. If you were to do capital letters, for instance, you would use the whole 0.36 inches, okay? And with a spacing of 0.18 inches between them. Lines of slanting showing 52 degrees, and also a width that equals the length of the line if it were to touch the medial line. Perfect. Now the last step is to copy this page and duplicate it. So I'm going to duplicate the page. That way, if I create my PDF, then it's going to be able to allow me to create double-sided copies. Save the item, and then I'm going to export the item directly as a PDF. There we go. And going to go to export and example paper. There we go. That created my item. And that's it. So this is how to create line paper. Now, this is showing the process if you were to do normal writing, which obviously most anyone who uses this tutorial would be working with writing that goes from left to right, which is the way we normally write in English. But if you're like me and you are learning how to write in mirrored script, primarily Greg shorthand mirrored script, being left-handed, it's a nice ability to have. Then what you want to do is to create a copy of the page that has the slant lines going in the opposite direction, and that is extremely simple. For that, I'm going to just use the same copy, and I'm going to delete the page, and I'm going to select my first page here, my first page, and all I need to do is flip the orientation. It's that simple. I've now created mirrored writing, where I would start writing from the right hand and travel to the left. Same thing, I duplicate the page, and I could then export directly as PDF. Example paper, we just throw that in there. Yes, I want to replace. And that is my writing. Bada boom, bada bang. Now, just for fun, I'm going to show you how to do the mirrored writing, just because it's kind of wacky. And so for that, I'm going to go over to Zernal is the copy, or it's the writing software that I use, in particular Zernal++. Beautiful piece of software. If you're using Windows or you're using Mac, then of course you have other options available as well. It's just for Linux, Zernal works beautifully. So for that, I'm going to go over here and I need to open up, let's see, Study Tools, Documents, Study Tools, Cancel. I actually need to open, come on, discard this, and I'm going to go to example paper because we know that one was given to us. There we are. And you see this is mirrored writing. So if I were to give you an example of what mirrored writing looks like, let's do that here. So this is hello world. There we go. There. All right. Hello world in mirrored script using my own custom note paper with a 52-degree slant. And hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hope you get some good practice in and just the freedom to be able to create your own note paper. You don't have to buy templates. You don't have to look for copybooks. You can create your own copybooks and use it to your heart's content. All right. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.